As much as I advocate for games which educate and inspire rather than simply entertain, I'm not a stranger to escapist media. Do I like engaging with it? No, not particularly, but there are nonetheless carefully curated games which I do play not for enlightenment, but instead for distraction. Today, we'll be talking about a pair of said games. On screen, you're seeing Urban Reign, I think? No, Urban Reign's a different thing. Why are these beat-em-ups all titled so similarly? Hold on, what's this one called? As I was saying, you're seeing Urban Justice, one of two beat-em-up titles based around incremental progress. And it's not a particularly great game, neither is its spiritual successor, Desolation. Both Urban Justice and Desolation have the bare minimum components to be functional beat-em-ups. The animations work most of the time. There are enemies that die when you hit them, that kind of stuff. Both games propose to have different character classes which promote variety in playstyles, but in practice the distinction is negligible. It doesn't matter particularly much who you play as or what attacks you use, the game feels much the same regardless. So what's the core gameplay loop here? Well, you walk to the right, you beat enemies, and said enemies drop resources. You use said resources to unlock the new characters, and that's it. There's only a couple environments, the enemy types aren't particularly interesting, challenge is minimal due to the cheese strats, but it does a couple things well enough. The hit sounds are satisfying, the progression mechanics technically function, and that's about it, really. There are better games I could spend my time on, even better mindless games, but these two in particular are so bottom of the barrel, so borderline pointless, that there's a meditative quality to their repetition. I'm very careful to avoid engaging with them excessively, since idle time is wasted time, but sometimes they offer soothing maintenance when my mind is just too overloaded to bother with much else.